exactly are the things that you need in place in your business in order to be able to hit six figures or more whenever whatever you're doing in a year? And I want to kind of break this down for you to make it simple and have you look at exactly what those things are in case you don't have them in place, and in case you need to revisit them if you do have some of them in place, so that you can come out at the other side of this having hit those six figures or more in your business. So let's, first things first, let's talk about what it means to hit six figures. So mathematically, it means that in a year you'd have to make, let's actually do the math. Let's do the math. Exactly around $8,300 a month in order for you to be able to hit those six figures. But I think that I want to focus on what you need to do in order to be able to reach $10,000 in a month, which is 120K, still more than six figures, which is what we all want, right? So let's talk about all these things that you need. And the first thing that I want you to understand that is that this is possible no matter where you're at. So if you're just starting out in your business, you're in a process of launching, you're still thinking of what you can do or if you can do it or if this is possible for you or whatever it is, right? You can absolutely hit those numbers. And if you have already been in business for a while and you've been struggling and going in circles doing all this work and hustling like crazy and not hitting those numbers, it is possible for you too. And the reason that I know this is that I think about my first year in business, I was able to hit that number. And obviously I've been able to hit that multiple times ever since. Just this year alone, I am on my way to making $500,000 in my business. So obviously I've been able to do it. All right, so let's talk about the things that you need to have in place in order for you to be able to hit those numbers in your business. The first thing that you need, of course, and I know that I'm like a broken record about this, but the first thing that you need is absolute clarity in what it is that you do, who you do it for, and why you. So let's break that first part down a little bit more. So the first part is, again, just having that clarity around the outcome that you're helping your audience achieve. What is the result? What is that thing that you're doing, like the actual benefit? I feel like sometimes we forget about this. People mess up around this. They're not sure. And that is the biggest problem that most entrepreneurs have, and the biggest reason or the biggest thing that holds them back from hitting six figures or hitting whatever the number is, even less than that, is lack of clarity around what it is that you do. And for you to be able to gain that clarity, you have to understand your outcomes, the benefits, the features, the results. And these are all different types of things, but you really have to understand what those things are. You also have to understand who you do it for. And this is another one of those things that people tend to have a lot of issues with, because it's one thing thinking, well, my audience is anybody that will buy from me, right? But that's not really the attitude or the way that you want to look at things as you're marketing and you're building your business, because obviously what you want is for people to say, I want to work specifically with this person because of what this person has to offer for me. And for you to be able to get that sort of result or that sort of thought pattern in your audience, you have to be able to speak to them directly in your marketing, in your emails, in your blogs, in your social media, in everything that you're doing. And for that, you have to get a lot of clarity on exactly who that person is. And that third thing within this whole clarity piece of for you to be able to hit six figures in your business is understanding why you. Like, why you? Why are you the person that people need to hire? What makes you different? What makes you better? What makes you more powerful? What makes you unique? What makes you the right source or the right person? And, the more that you are able to understand why you, the more that you're able to show up with confidence and with certainty in everything that you're doing in your business day after day. So that's the first piece. The first piece in you being able to hit six figures in your business starts with having clarity, because without clarity, everything else is simply going to fall apart. Like, it simply doesn't work, right? Your marketing won't work, your offers won't sell, all these things simply stop working because you're not clear on who you are, what you're doing different, and all these things. So that's the first thing. The second thing is having a really badass offer. Now, there are a lot of ways to look at this. You could say, okay, I'm going to have 10 different offers And each of these offers is going to be, at a different price range. And we're going to do like a value ladder where you're at this level, and then the next level it's this, and then the next level it's this, or whatever. Or you could say, I'm going to offer just one thing. And to tell you the truth, for you to be able to hit six figures in your business, you really just need that one thing. You don't need 100 things. You don't need 5 things. You don't need 10 things. You need that one offer that is going to be so good and so powerful that people are going to be like, oh, I want to definitely work with this person. And I'll tell you a little bit of a backstory around this. When I started in my business, I had just one offer. And obviously that offer has evolved over time. Now I don't have just one offer. I have a program as well. I have a one-on-one. But when I started, I only had one option to work with me. And I was doing brand strategy and web design for clients. And that was it. Literally helping them with their messaging and then designing their logos, their websites. And that was it. I had only one offer. That has evolved a little bit, a ton actually. But anyways, so when I started, that was the one thing that I was promoting. And it didn't matter where you came across me, whether you were watching videos of me on Facebook, or you were reading an email, or you were just going into one of my lead magnets or anything like that. It didn't really matter, because all of the things that I was doing was all leading to that one core offer. And the reason why I like this is that I'm not confusing my audience. I'm making it extremely clear for people, this is what I can help you with. And within that offer, there might be a ton of things like what I do right now, where there's a lot. There's business, there's marketing, there's web design, there's messaging, there's funnels, there's copywriting, there's a lot of things. But you understand that if I want to work with Fabi, this is what I'm getting from her. So for me, it's really important to be able to give people just that one thing that I can be known for, even if that one thing has a lot of things underneath it. So for you to be able to hit six figures in your business, you have to have one offer, maybe 2 offers that you're focusing on, and you're going all in. And every piece of communication that you're putting out there every minute of every day has to be basically focused on pushing, I don't like that word actually, attracting people, let's say it that way, into your one offer. The next thing that you need for you to be able to hit six figures in your business is income that stacks. And this is one of my favorite things, and things that people don't always know or don't always understand. But having really great payment plans for your audience so that they can find different ways to work with you or whatever is great for them, but it's also great for you because it means that you're starting every single month with a set income. To give you an example, I know that for the month of November, I'm starting the month with approximately $25,000 to $30,000 that I know are coming in through payment plans, because my clients are all on payment plans, whether they're in my one-on-one, whether they're in my mentorship program, whether they're in my course. No matter what they're doing, all of them, they're in payment plans. Not everybody is, some people pay in full, but I have a lot of payment plans going on. So it means that I'm starting the month at 25 to 30K in November and in December, so I know exactly how much money I'm making, meaning that I know that for me to be able to hit six figures, it is a lot easier. Well, obviously at these numbers I'm making it, but it just makes it a lot easier for me because I'm giving my audience, I'm giving my clients options, and it means that for me, my income is stacking. So I'm starting the month, let's say that I wasn't starting at 25 or 30, because obviously those numbers are higher, but let's say that I'm starting the month at 5K. Well, it's a lot easier for me to make an extra 5K so that I can hit 10K, and over the year I can hit 100K than starting the month at 0. I think that is one of the most stressful things in the world. Over time, obviously for me, it has evolved because I have created a system for myself, and I do the same with my clients, where I'm generating leads and I'm generating clients consistently. So I know that even if I were to start a month at 0, it's inevitable that I'm going to make the money that I need to make in my business. However, I haven't started a month at 0 in my business in probably about 2 years or a year and a half. I don't even know. Maybe it's more than that. So I'm always starting every single month in my business with some sort of income coming in. Always, always, always. And that makes it a lot easier for me to be able to hit my goals, right? It really is helpful. The next thing that you need to have in place in order to hit six figures in your business is a really powerful funnel. And this is where a lot of people get lost or get confused or get sidetracked or get, I don't know what happens. But if you have a funnel that you're building and that you're doing a great job, first of all, in case we live in a world where you have no clue what I'm talking about when I mean funnel, I'm talking essentially a sales funnel, which is a process that takes people from being prospects or actually no, cold audience to becoming prospects to becoming clients, right? It is an automated process that is going on that's taking people from being unknowns to being your paying clients. So obviously you definitely want to have a really powerful sales funnel, marketing funnel in place that allows for that to happen automatically on autopilot without you having to do one thing. Now, here's the thing with funnels. Funnels I have found over time that it rarely is a case where you put a funnel in place and it immediately starts to work from day one and you're making money off of it immediately. Usually funnels take tweaking. They take understanding. They take going through processes. They take you getting clarity on your message, going back to the first point that I talked about with what you need in place. They take a lot of little things going on for them to give you results. Now, what most people are doing is they're giving up on their funnels or they're doing their funnels all wrong. So therefore, they're not working for them. So definitely part of what you need to have in place is a working funnel that you're going back and recommitting to again and again and again until it works. Now, of course, for that to work, going back to the first point, you definitely need to make sure that you're having clarity in yourself, in what you do, in who your audience is, and the outcomes that you're producing, and why you are the best person for your audience to solve their problem. Those are really, really, really fundamental things that definitely you need to have in place. So absolutely, a funnel is one of them. But here's the thing though. It doesn't mean that if you don't have a really fancy funnel, you won't be able to hit 6 figures or more in your business. You could probably do it without it. But just making sure that you have a marketing strategy in place that allows you to do it is even easier. And then once you have a funnel that is actually working, then you want to crank it up and scale them by putting ads to it. Now, one thing though is that usually when we're doing funnels and when we're doing things like that or marketing strategies in general, you want to make sure that you're testing it to your warm audience in different ways so that before you put money into them, you know that they're working for you. So once you have them working, you can scale them up, scale your ads up, and then bring more people in and get more people enrolled in your program or in your offers or whatever. The next thing that I think that you definitely need to be able to have in place in order to be able to hit 6 figures is some sort of audience. So what I mean with this is really a place where you can go to get in front of your audience and talk to, whether it's your email list, whether it's a Facebook group, whether it's an Instagram, but you need to have a place where you're going where people can see you consistently. And this is something that you might have to build over time, whether it's showing up or creating a Facebook group or building an email list or whatever that thing is for you. It is something that you have to do, but definitely for you to be able to hit 6 figures in your business, you need to make sure that you have a place to be seen. And then the last thing that I would say that you need to have in place in order to hit 6 figures is really powerful content that really just connects and is very, very specific. So what I mean with this, when I say specific, all of these things connect back to the first point, which was around clarity, right? When I say specific, I mean content that is specifically for your audience, that they can hear and say, oh, I know that she's talking to me. I know that he's talking to me. I know that what they're selling is something that can help me, and giving that value. And when we talk about giving value, for me, it really is about just showing up and doing the work and giving people answers to the questions that they have, helping them overcome objections, helping them get clarity around the things that they need in place, and positioning yourself as that expert. So recapping the things that you need in place in order to be able to hit 6 figures, you need to have clarity in what you do, who you do it for, and why it is you and only you that they need to hire. You have to have a really powerful offer that is amazing. You need to have income that stacks, right? Whether you're doing payment plans or anything like that, you need to have a really powerful funnel with great collateral content. So follow-up emails, like your whole sequence, all of these little things that you need in place, and then automating and scaling all of that. You need to have a community so that you can show up. And finally, powerful content that connects and is very, very specific to your audience. So these are the things that you need to have in place. Let me know in the comments which of these you are missing and which you need help in the most. All right, that's it.